I think the revelations about Brian Cowan's jaunt on the golf course with Sean Fitzpatrick and other leading figures in Anglo-Irish Bank yet again underlines the really urgent need to break up the golden circle that has brought this country to the brink of economic abyss. I mean, I think the details of what Cowan said on the golf course are less important than the fact that this gathering of the Taoiseach with leading bankers in this country, where they were discussing, they say, the economic future of this country, just demonstrates the sort of cosy club of bankers and wealthy elites who, along with this government, have dictated what's happened in this country over the last number of years and led us into this crisis. And frankly, Cowan's admission that he was discussing the economy with them is almost as bad an admission as had he been discussing Anglo-Irish Bank, because really it beggars belief that given the economic crisis that had been caused by the activities of bankers, that he would be looking for advice or a quiet chat with the same people to discuss how we could get the country out of the economic mess that they had brought it into. But if events like the golf jaunt have further exposed Fianna Fáil and really indicate that they, make further likely that they are going to face electoral wipeout in the forthcoming election, the big question that everybody is asking, that ordinary people are asking, is what is the alternative government going to do? And that's certainly the discussion that we're having with ordinary people on the doorsteps as we step up our campaign. And in that regard, it is very, very clear that Fine Gael and Labour have no intention of reversing the damage done by Fianna Fáil and their golden circle of friends. They are very long on rhetoric and sound bites, but extremely short on specific commitments or pledges to reverse the unjust attacks that are being made by this government on ordinary people. And it's for that reason that the United Left Alliance is getting a tremendous response everywhere where it is setting out to organise, because we are being very clear and very specific about what we stand for and what alternative programme we are putting forward to people in this very grave situation that the country faces. We're saying clearly that we would reverse the cuts imposed on low and middle income families, reverse the cuts on vital public services on which working people and the vulnerable in our society depend, and that we would ensure that the bondholders and bankers pay for the crisis that they created, and that instead of pumping funds into their banks and into the international banking system, that those funds would be invested into direct job programmes which would put people back to work. And over the coming weeks, in the last few weeks and the coming weeks as we move towards the election, we intend to set out very clearly that alternative programme, and we think in the process demonstrate the total failure of the parties that are saying that they are going to form an alternative to Fianna Fáil to do the same. And if the response that we are getting so far in the launch that Eddie referred to in Cork, absolutely packed to the rafters, the meeting there, the vast majority of people signing up to the alliance, the huge turnout we saw in the miserable cold weather in Dublin at the launch prior to Christmas, if all of that and the response we're generally getting on the street is anything to indicate, is any indication, the United Left Alliance is going to make a very, very serious breakthrough in the forthcoming election and begin the process, the urgently necessary process of reshaping the Irish political landscape in a progressive direction.
Thanks very much, Richard.